recently, but there has been a point of disrespect in our department from other departments. And I want to deal with this now because this has been going on for far too long. Okay, let me just say it the way it is. Station agents are not doormen. Okay, CTAs are not your maids. Okay, there are people from other departments think that they can tell the CTA, clean that up, and we're supposed to do it. They leave garbage on the table, and we're supposed to just clean it up. I'm sitting in the booth, okay? A clerk comes by, shows me the pass, swipes their card, goes in. Another person from another department goes directly to the gate, pulls on the gate, looks at me, and says, "Let me in." I clearly say, "Excuse me, you have to swipe your card." Now, all of a sudden, I get yelled and screamed at by a regular employee, okay, who knows the rules, okay? Stanley, let me ask you this question. What's the situation here? Why is there such disdain for the stations department from other departments? Talk to me, sir.
Well, in my earlier years, people were more cordial than they are now. It's been like a breakdown starting from around like 99, year 2000. It's been a breakdown. At one point when I first came in the job, the biggest difference in the titles was the pay. It was no more than 35-50 cents between the titles of CTA and station agents and so forth going up. And the union explained it at that time when we had competent union leadership and people that was able to talk about to new people and tell us what was going on. They said it was intentionally done like that to keep titles from from that psychological thing of titles thinking they're better than everybody else, because they didn't make the gap between the gap between titles and their salaries that big. But now it doesn't take much to get people to follow, and certain people to follow the BS that transit tries to interject into the workforce, the fight amongst ourselves, like fighting amongst ourselves when it comes to relation of titles and stuff. You have some that turn around and say, like, they always say, like, a cleaner can't tell another cleaner what to do, nor can a station agent tell a cleaner what to do, nor can a cleaner tell a station agent what to do. That's not their job. Their job is what your job description is, what you pick. That's your job, okay? You're not supervisor, no, nothing like that. So it shouldn't be an issue of that nature. And a union should be stepping in and explaining to people there are procedures when there's an issue between employees, but they want us to fight among themselves so they could have, so they could give labor relation cases to do. Let them go after your job. And if you're not intelligent to know how to deal with it, then you'll be down at 2 Broadway fighting for your job.
Brother Ward, let me ask you a question.
Talk about it.
You're a cleaner, sir.
Yes, sir.
You enter a lunchroom area and there is garbage on the cafeteria table, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It is not in the receptacle. It's on the table.
Okay.
And it's mounting up. Now, there has been a situation where cleaners have been told, you ought to pick that up, okay? It's your job to clean. And there's been situations where there's been verbal confrontation going back because, the job is in the receptacle. So I'm asking you, sir, you walk into a cafeteria and there's a whole bunch of garbage on the table. What do you do, sir? Do you go out of your way to clean it, or do you just say, hey, look, this is your mess, you take care of it? Talk to me, sir.
Check it. As a cleaner.
Yes, sir.
Read your schedule. Bottom line. Read your schedule. Your schedule do not say nothing about wiping down no tables, cleaning off no tables, none of that. Read your schedule. Know your job. Bottom line. I had an instance one time where I went to a tower. I had to do a tower at a station, Kings Highway, exactly. So I go upstairs to do the tower, right? Cat gonna tell me, clean the refrigerator out while you're at it. Who you talking to? Immediately, who you talking to? So I'm talking to you, you're the cleaner, right? I said, yeah, I'm the cleaner. But as far as me cleaning that refrigerator, I ain't got nothing in there. You clean that yourself, that's yours. He jumped up, came in the room behind me, said, you are to clean the refrigerator. Open the refrigerator up. It looked pathetic.
Right.
Superintendent came in there and heard us. Came walking down the hall, said, excuse me, what's going on in here? I asked him to clean the refrigerator. He tell me he's not gonna do it. That's not his job. Like I said, know your job. In any lunchroom area, any area that has a cafeteria that's related to RTO, you are to pull the garbage and scrap and mop the floor. That's it. That is it. As far as cleaning off tables, cleaning behind, let me tell you something. I get to my station, right? I go downstairs, I scrap my platforms, I pull my garbage, come back upstairs, you know. My supervisor will come. This is her thing. She says, excuse me, Ward, the platforms is dirty. The platforms is dirty. From where? See, when I just came upstairs, the platforms is dirty. No problem. I get my scrap pan and my broom and I go back downstairs. A customer done sat there near the bench area and ripped an envelope up into like about maybe 20, 30 pieces and threw it on the floor. She tells me the platform is dirty. You know what I did, right? I left it there. I went back upstairs to her and I said, listen, let me tell you something. I'm not a babysitter. I'm not gonna sit there with the scrap pan and the broom in my hand, waiting for a customer to drop something on the damn floor so I can scrap it up. That's the only place where you seen garbage or anything on the floor. But you came up and told me the platforms with an S is dirty. So don't do that no more. Don't do that no more. Because I'm not gonna sit there and run behind people. You know what I'm saying? Once I scrap it, it's done. I may hit it before I leave, okay. But I'm not gonna stand there. Oh, somebody came in the gate with a bag. Okay, all right, maybe she's gonna eat something. Oh, she just dropped something and run behind her and scrap it up. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. You know, as far as cleaning up behind grown folks, I mean, on the platforms, on the stairs, that falls on us. But in the lunchroom area, behind them RTO people, because RTO have a way of thinking, since you're a cleaner, you're supposed to clean this. No, that's not how that works. That's not how that works at all. Pull the garbage, sweep the floor. If you gotta mop it, breeze on. If the tables is raggedy, let it stay that way. You know why? That's on them to throw their trash in the garbage.
I had an incident, something of that nature, my second year down here. The clerks in the booth was saying that the cleaners have got to, hear my words now, they've got to clean all of the garbage. Now, I had to confront a clerk and said, listen to me, they are responsible for transit garbage. If you're bringing food in there, that's your responsibility. Now, clerks do it as a courtesy. They don't have to do that. It's a courtesy. They don't
have to do what?
They don't have to. if you eat a McDonald's bag, right? They don't have to come in there and do transit garbage plus your garbage. It's a courtesy. It's not
No,
a
you,
given.
you said clerks do it as a courtesy. No, cleaners do it as a courtesy.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got my words mixed up.
Yeah, cleaners is not supposed to pull the booth garbage, man. We pull that as a courtesy.
Let me tell you.
If the cleaner and the clerk vibing together, of course, it's not even a problem. You understand what I'm saying? Now I've got some clerks who just been downright funky with themselves. You hear me? And when I say funky, I mean you don't want to let nobody in the booth. You want to rip the log, rip the sheet off it, and fold it in half and slide it through the Metro card window so they can sign the log. You want to do all of that. But then you want me to pull your garbage? You might as well take that home with you.
Charlie, what you
take
said?
that home with you.
Charlie, what you said? Charlie, what you said? Go ahead.
Actions speak louder than words, because instead of saying, "Hey, take the garbage," I mean, just say, "Excuse me, can you do me a favor and take the garbage for me?" I mean, that's all it takes. You know, it depends how you approach the CTA, how the station agent approaches, and just being nice to your coworker gets you further than you anticipate, because later on there might be a time when you're gonna need that CTA to do something else for you. So treat them right, you know, and CTAs as well should also, you know, try to get along with clerks. I don't know why there's been this back and forth between CTAs and clerks for a long time. I don't understand that. Right now we're in a tough situation. We're in the stations department, all of us. The stations is in danger because of this union. Okay, not only the management, but because this union has been lackadaisical, lazy, complacent. They haven't done anything. The station department is in danger, and we need to stick together as a unit. Okay, forget the job titles. We're a unit, and we got to work together.
Stanley, let me ask you a question. Should cleaners clean up after grown men and women?
Absolutely not. There should be a level of respect. Let's just start with that. Recently, I was called in on a situation, and I'm not going to say no names or nothing like that, but it was had to deal with a tower and a cleaner that was coming into the tower to clean the tower. And there were certain individuals that were in that tower that was throwing will leave garbage on the table intentionally. And in this particular situation, the cleaner turned around and saw like they just got up and left the garbage there while he came in and started cleaning and left it there. So he looked at them, he turned around, and he took the broom and wiped it off the table and then scrapped it up. So the first thing they started hollering, "Oh, he put the dirty broom on the table," all this stuff. Well, come to find out, it was like a little tit for tat between grown-ups here, and it was absolutely petty. But it was something that was going on with this cleanup for a while that they were doing this. So when I got there, I spoke to the superintendent. Fortunately, they had a superintendent that was there. And after I finished talking to the superintendent, she understood exactly what I said. And she immediately turned around, and those personnel that were still in the tower, she went and just told them point blank, "You just can't leave garbage on the table because you see the cleaner. The cleaner is not your personal maid." Okay. Now, if you put it in the garbage, we're supposed to pull garbage. Yes, we'll do it. And I don't mind if I'm standing there pulling the garbage, you come over there and throw garbage in the bag while I'm getting ready to do, I don't have a problem with that. But when you get out and boldly insult me by saying like I'm your personal maid or your butler and I have to come in and pick your garbage, a grown person, pick your garbage up off the table, you got to be out of your mind. It'll stay there and you call whoever you want. But in this case here, after I explained it to the superintendent, she was very nice. She went right out there. She told them, "Y'all can't do that. You can't just leave your garbage there just because you see the cleaner come in and you're just going to leave it on the table, being spiteful or whatever the issue is that may be personal or whatever between y'all. But the garbage, if you want the garbage removed, should be where it's supposed to be. We are supposed to pull the garbage, put it in the can, plain and easy. but don't turn around and then try to insult somebody and say, oh, well, pick this off the table because you left it there. And it's also childish. And it's also another way to keep division among us, not just us, but titles as well. It keeps division between titles and we as a people, which divides the workforce. We're supposed to be the union. We're supposed to be able to the strength, keep the strength among ourselves in this case when it comes to dealing with management, but there's too much bickering and fighting as individuals for us to unite, to go after management, to do what we need to do, to strengthen the union. We can't unite to get everybody to even vote as one block, as one whole unit. This one or that one, whoever you want to pick, this one or that one. The average amount of the biggest amount of members I was seeing participated in a union election was back during the Sunny Hall days and just before came in, before Roger and them came in. They were the biggest election where the majority of most of your workers voted. But not only that, I can admit, during that in my early years, all the union reps or all the union presidents were all bus drivers at one point. And I did mention that, and I said, why is all these guys, they're bus drivers and so forth. But the union was ran more professionally, and it was more geared to helping the members back then than it is now. This erosion, I've seen the entire erosion of the strength of this union within my 27, 28 year career down here.
Let me bring in Mr. Blocker. Mr. Blocker, you walk into a situation where primarily you're told to clean something that is not a part of your schedule, like Mr. Ward was saying. Do you feel intimidated if you don't do it?
No. To be honest, I just slow down, do my work, and I do it to the best of my ability. And if I don't have time to do it, it just don't get done.
But Mr. Blocker,
I never get no feedback from nobody.
But Mr. Blocker, the refrigerator is a mess. We need you to clean it.
That's not my job.
But
that's never on the schedule. I never seen nothing about the refrigerator. I never seen nothing about the refrigerator on my schedule. So I tell them so real quick.
Go ahead, Brother Munoz, go.
Yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous. What's next? Wash the windows? No.
Yeah.
It's like Blocker said, if it's not on the schedule, it ain't gonna be done. It's that simple. And
now, can a supervisor try to retaliate against you not doing one of their directives? Brother Ward, if a supervisor tell you to do something and they try to, they can give me a statement.
Well, that's where they try to scare everybody up, man, when they ask for a statement. When you know they ask you to do something, it's not on your schedule, ask for union. Ask for union representative. Give it a statement and tell them simply, plain and simple, I'll write a statement after I speak to my union. Bottom line. Because they'll try to use them scare tactics with the newbies, With the new jacks, they'll get them real quick. And have them in there, boy, they be shining the refrigerator, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't got nothing in there, can't drink nothing out of there, but they gonna clean it. No. If it's not on your schedule, you're not supposed to do it. You're not supposed to do it. I mean, come on, imagine you cleaning the refrigerator and then accidentally, something falls out on you and injure you. You know what transit gonna say?
It wasn't on your schedule.
What were you doing cleaning the refrigerator? That's not what we pay you for.
Then also too, some of those refrigerators have stuff in it that been in there so long They don't want to do it, but they want to think that you're going to do it. I look at them, I said, I'm not touching that. That's not my job. Then I asked for a hazmat suit and goggles and all of that stuff. I said, I'm not doing that. Nah, you got the wrong one here.
All right, gentlemen, final word to the stations department. Your brothers and sisters are listening to you. Brother Ward, you'll start it off. Final word to the stations department. Go.
Know your schedule. Bottom line. It's nice to be important. This is for cleaners and clerks. It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. You know, we down here together, man. We're not against each other. We shouldn't be against each other. We're down here together. What happens to y'all is gonna happen to us. What happens to us is gonna happen to y'all. CMB, we all we got. Ain't nobody looking out for the stations department. Somebody got to do it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? To the cleaners, I mean, when it comes down to, you know, them extracurricular activities that they be wanting y'all to do up in them towers and all of that, do yourself a favor. Screenshot your schedule. I guarantee you, cleaning refrigerators is not on it. Been down here 15 years. I ain't seen one with it on it yet.
Thank you. Brother Munoz, brothers and sisters are listening to you. Final words to the stations department.
We discussed a few things today. FMLA was one.
Yes.
If people have any questions about it, you can contact us. I mean, I would just contact the union first, but if you can't get the answer that you really need, we have 5 knowledgeable guys here who actually do their homework and read up on these things. It's not pertaining just to, it doesn't pertain just to FMLA. It could be other things like writing G2s or whatever. We're all here for each other. We're supposed to be here for each other. We got to have each other's backs. Okay. This bullshit about the infighting, it's got to stop because we got a tough fight. We got a tough fight coming up with management. And once this contract is up, a lot of changes are going to happen. We got to be ready. So we all got to stick together and get ready to fight.
Final word to the stations department, Brother Blanca.
Your health, your welfare, and your finances, the most important things down here. Take advantage of them. Don't get caught out there. Like he said, like we all said, you got 5 brothers here, and we got more people coming. They just ain't get here yet. They didn't see the light yet. Get the information you need. Read it, especially them rules and regulations. Don't be shy, because they can't do nothing to you no more than they done did to me, and I'm still here.
I guess it's my turn. Let me be very, very clear. Blacks and browns have paid a price to be in this union. And I'm not just talking now, I'm talking back in the conception of it when basically Dr. King was out there trying to get us to be in the union so that we can make the same money that the white people were making at that particular time. And we shouldn't take it for granted. From A. Philip Randolph to the present day, we are still in this struggle. And guess what? We refuse to go back to the 1950s. Those days are over. To those in the stations department leadership, I put it to you this way. Thank you for being there, but you're not my kind. The reason why is my kind stands for justice. My kind stands for the working class. My kind speaks truth to power. My kind will not sit with the enemy. My kind can see the handwriting on the wall and prepare the members for war. Every gain that we have gotten has been paid for in blood. People gave their lives so we can work in unions, okay, with honor and dignity. So we can have a union, so we can have a better life. The class struggle will continue. And that is the reason why I say boldly and unapologetically, revolution today, revolution tomorrow, revolution forever. Anthony Stanley, final word to your brothers and sisters in the stations department.
Well, my final words is on this here issue is that seek the information that you need to protect yourself down here. You don't have to know everything, like we all as much as all of us that's sitting up here on this panel knows, but you should know at least enough to protect your job. And don't be afraid to say what is right and what is wrong. Don't let nobody intimidate you or bully you into doing something that you shouldn't do. And if need be, you know, there are numbers out here. We all have numbers here. You can reach out. I mean, I get calls all the time. Even late into the morning hours, I get calls, and I assist people the best I can, you know, even over the phone. But just at least be knowledgeable of, in this case, number one, your job title and your job description. Be knowledgeable what you can and can't do, and don't be afraid when somebody come and try to, you know, intimidate you with saying, oh, well, I'll write you up or I'll pull you out of service. You know, let them say what they want to say. Stick to your guns. That's the only way you're going to gain respect. When they could come down and bully you and you just melt down and just do what they done, you know, you just gave them strength. It's about time you get some strength for yourself. And your strength is through the knowledge of your job and what you can and can't do.